And welcome back to Tyranny. So I decided to table Pathfinder Kingmaker for at least this morning because that one event, I've got to figure out, okay, how do I actually deal with it? So, I'll be doing this morning instead. And it does look as though the tab issue has resolved. Oh, thankfully. Blood and Mark. Welcome back, kid. Amusing as it would have been to watch the edict drop, I guess I'm glad you lived. But to draw blood from your allies. The wording of the edict was clear. They were committing fatal negligence against each other by not cooperating. I didn't write Kairos' rule, I just enforced it. True enough, the disfavored and the Scarlet Corps brought about their own demise. Those that live should be thanking you for your mercy. What has me curious is your use of the Tearsmen, the Oathbreakers of all people. You're content to cut down your allies, yet spare your enemy. Some would consider it an unusual choice. You're mistaken to call them enemies. The Oathbreakers follow me now. View them more as extensions of the court. That's the cute thing about you Fatebinders. QAnon teaches you enough about the law for you to bugger it in the backside, all while thinking you're so clever. Before you go and conspire with the locals too much, you and I need to have a chat. I'm listening. Everyone's keeping an eye on you, because you did something nobody has done before. Got a guess as to what that might be? I'm the first Fatebinder to proclaim 2 edicts? Smart guess, but there have been a few others over the centuries to have outlived the honor of proclamation twice. But sure, it's true that most don't survive it. Proclaiming an edict isn't new. Neither is surviving or resolving the commandments of an edict. But you're the first person to proclaim and resolve the very same edict, and it didn't kill you. In one fell swoop, you survived your second edict, resolved the very one you had proclaimed, and woke an arcane structure that had slept for several centuries. And now I go on your short list of people who stand out as potential problems? More or less. Mostly more. I don't care what you do with the information, but you should know the danger that you're in now that you've put yourself on the map. If you want to drum up more support from the Tearsmen, being the binder that broke the Overlord's edict is a good opener for diplomacy. Not saying trusting them is the best course of action, but it's a better strategy than watching Ash and the Voices muck around without consequence. Thanks for the advice. Hey, I managed to hit tier 2. Nice.
Will do.
And world map. Haven. Well, I guess the Sunset Spire then. Lethian's Crossing. Alright, let's see. Lantry. Huh, I managed to hit it. Level 3 on both. Nice. Alright, Sunset Spire. Group of mercenaries, members of the Bronze Brotherhood, are blocking the road. And as always, I have chat going on in the bottom left-hand corner, so feel free to comment. I can see it. Oh, damn it. Okay, I'll be... Save there. You must be joking. A toll? I will pay no such thing. House seal? Okay, I now have... haste. Tidal burst. Yeah, I'm going with the heal. Let's see, concussive bolt. Not sure that actually does anything. Now, what the hell does that actually do? Let's see, tidal burst. Yeah, sure. And let's see. There we go. Barrack now is a self-heal. Let's see, so she's got... Oh, actually, I need to talk to her, and maybe she'll be willing to...
What is it you need?
We should discuss matters at hand.
I'm still amazed we survived the Edict of Execution. The Chorus may outnumber us, and the disfavored seem to grow more aggressive every passing span. We've endured our neat days. The struggle now turns in our favor.
I need more allies among the Tearsmen. Where should we look?
The classic option for a land war in the Tears is hiring Free City's mercenaries. If you think you could convince the Forge, the idea I was pitching to...
Okay, I did cover this before.
I don't endorse this. What is it you need?
I have some questions for you.
Ask away.
Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your name. Hazen Lavezja. Hazen. Didn't realize you were nobility? How'd you get the nickname? Thought it was a cynical little shit that always sees the ebb, never the flow. Did you always want to be a typecaster? What did you do in the years before the war? How did you fall in with the Vendrian Guard? Why were the tankcasters reluctant to fight? If the people of Apex were so hostile, why come to their aid? Tell me about your family. Oof. Tell me about your husband. What did you like about him? Jeez. What became of him? Yeah. I assume he's related to Parallax Florian? Ah, okay. That's why she had such a vested... I never made that connection, even on the previous attempt at a playthrough on this. But yeah, that was one of her brothers-in-law that... Or both of them were brothers-in-law that she was inquiring about. Tell me about your children. What of the twins? Or what became of your youngest? Oh. What of the twins? I'm very sorry for your loss. What of the rest of your family? Ah. Yeah, change the subject. Change the
Ask
subject.
away.
Let's speak of magic.
You know, I normally charge for this, but for you...
Why can you tell me about your magical tradition?
Now, you know that's a very personal question. The knowledge I have is a centuries-old gift from the Archon of Tides. I would sooner discard my life than the sanctity of that gift. I will speak in generalities only.
Tarata's grave. Aw. Ice mist other forms of water. Before you ask, I've learned plenty from knowledge stolen by the sages, but no, I don't know how to do what Ebb does, magically or otherwise. Can you teach me what you know? Philosophical teachings. Ah, okay. It's one of the moons. From what archon do the Tidecaster draw upon their magic? Occulted Jade. Jeez. Guessing you can tell me more than I ever wanted to know about the moons. Do you control water, or do you mimic the tidal effects the moons have on water? Have you heard anything from the Tidecasters that left before the war?
You know, I normally charge for this, but for you...
Know anything about the old walls and spires? What can you tell me of the Bane? Do you know anything of the magic of the Archons?
Ask away.
People of the Tears.
We all know how to swim, and we all know how to fight. Most Northmen are lucky to make half that boast. What would you like to know?
Curious about the people. When were the Tears settled? 400 years ago? Why don't men own land or women ships? Why didn't the younger realm stand united against Kairos? Well then, what would Queen Ebb have done? Tearsmen live with greater numbers of beastmen. What's that like? What are the major resistors to Kairos?
Kairos made swift work of the Tears, destroying most of the great armies of the Younger Realms in a few short years of war. Of course, queens can be bowed, captains slain, but we are a proud people. I think Kairos will find the stubborn remnants of the Tears hard to eradicate completely. Was there a particular group you wish to discuss? The Unbroken is the name of the military of the now fallen realm of Stalwart. Every citizen of Stalwart was trained to fight, and all were expected to answer the rallying cry of the Regents, the ruling small council of the realm. A decade ago, Stalwart was the ass end of jokes Tearsmen would tell each other. The people of Stalwart are obnoxiously proud of a long history of being invaded, but never losing. The disfavored put an end to their vaunted record of victory. The Unbroken still persist, albeit marginally so. The disfavored withdrew after the Edict of Storms began shredding the landscape. Their holdfast of Sentinel Stand Keep was never taken, and the citizen army, though scattered, could still be rallied.
Tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood.
The Bronze Brotherhood is one of the most feared and famous of the Free City mercenary companies. They serve the highest bidder, and during the war, that was Kairos. Most of the Brotherhood perished in the war, but a handful. The crew hired to work at Lethian's Crossing. They got to babysit the Forge-bound, and survived the last few years with minor losses. The band is too small to be a serious threat to the disfavored or the chorus. But they are scourge-worshipping berserks that will adopt any enemy for the right price. Maybe even Kairos.
Stonestalker tribe.
Kairos' war was disastrous to the human realm of Azure, but a stroke of good luck for the numerous beastmen that toiled in Azure's endless wheat fields. With the masters all dead, the serfs have been set free. The Stonestalkers are a tribe born from these newly freed beasts. I imagine they would never bow to Kairos or the Archons. Too many generations have been enslaved. I'd wager anything they'll die before they ever bow. Beastmen understand strength and leadership, but it's always in the concrete sense. I can't pretend to know how they think, but I could never imagine them accepting an absent Prima. A distant ruler they can't see or smell seems a bit too abstract.
Are there other remnants of the Younger Realms that could still rise?
Several sages came to our aid during the Second Battle of Vendrian's Well. I at first thought they meant to kill me, but instead they put their lives on the line for us. They spoke of others in their guild braving the Edict of Fire to salvage lore from the burning library. Though I may find them untrustworthy, it must be said that the sages have a certain fearlessness toward the Overlord. Perhaps that could be kindled further.
Having been part of the surrender faction within the school, I'd concur with that. I thought the Edict of Fire would finally kill their defiant streak. But no, the sages still refuse to bow. We can and should mind their passion.
Historically speaking, an alliance with the School of Ink and Quill is just asking to have your efforts stolen and your goals undermined. Mark my words, some things never change.
Would you rather they be our enemies?
Well, perhaps we can shove them in front of the enemy. And the ones that volunteered at Vendrian's Well weren't all bad.
Different nations. Younger Realms, and I'm pretty sure I kind of went over this before. Bastard Tier. Free cities. Oh, there we go.
Ask away.
What do you know of Arcane Society?
I know a great deal of the mages of the Tiers, or at least their history. Most are dead now. I know a little less about the guilds sworn to Kairos' Archons.
Earthshakers. Bloodchanters. Forgebound. Ink and Quill. So yeah, these guys. Why didn't your Archon fight in the war? How did the school... What was your school like before? How did the school fall? Uh-huh. told us the 5 wives?
I know a great deal of the mages of the Tears.
Other magical schools.
Ask away. Not
Your
entirely
accounts.
sure. Which is to say, there was a time I studied my enemy in great detail, but I've recently come to learn that much of my information was little more than lies and misdirection.
Voices of Narat. Graven Ash. Certainly a story there. I'd like to hear it. Glad you lived through it all. What do you know of Siren?
Ask away.
What do you make of Barrick?
My one concern with Barrick is that he's still loyal to Graven Ash and not to you. Barrick seems steadfast, faithful, and dependable. But if it comes down to you versus Graven Ash, therein lies the test. We should consider ourselves fortunate that one of the most deadly members of the Scarlet Furies considers you a suitable gang leader. That said, I think her involvement with you is entirely suspect. I would wager good money the voices of Narat is listening through her, or perhaps seeing what she sees. If I were you, I would keep a close eye on Burse. If she wanted to kill you,
Take on Lantry.
probably the only word thief I haven't wanted to dismember. Him, I'd merely flay with an ice knife.
Oh, that's high praise coming from you. Until you... just like that, balance is restored to all known existence. You had me worried there.
Ask away. What is it you need? I'm on it.
Oop.
I'll stay downwind of our enemies.
Sorry, I can't.
I'll stay downwind of our enemies.
Quiet down.
Ish. And here's the Fate Binder. I knew we'd see you. I was just wondering when. One trip to Lethian's Crossing wasn't enough, Governor? You had to return where no one asked you to come? Throwing me out of my home wasn't sufficient? Are you here to disrupt my life some more? You aren't done. Doesn't really matter why you're here. I don't care. I have more important things to worry about. In case you've forgotten me already, my name is Radamon. I am First Brother, leader of the Bronze Brotherhood. Watch yourself while you're a guest in my land. If you have come to stir up more trouble, we're well equipped and will not back down in the defense of what is rightfully ours. Tell me about Welby. Tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood. So you're hired mercenaries. What's so important about these bodies? How do you plan to take Lethian's Crossing? Why is Lethian's Crossing so important to the Bronze Brotherhood? Uh-huh. You said you don't do it for the money, but that's why you're fighting over Lethian's Crossing. This is not your land anymore. Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. Redamon will already gave me permission to pass, and Aster's coming with me. Fine. Though, merchant, do be sure to have some rings on you for your trip back. I doubt your friend here will be around to get you through these lands twice.
Right. On the lookout. Wait down.
Okay, yeah, literally just hitting tab causes it to freeze up a little, and I'm not sure why.
Sorry, I can't. Nothing I can't handle.
Hmm. Rooted and dazed. Surge of Glory. Well, quicker recovery time. Champion's Fortune. False pit. Unravel mines. Nice. Actually, yeah, I've got that one. So let's see. There we go. And mirror image. Oh, nice. Well, until damage, sure, but... I'm thinking maybe haste. Or, wait a minute. Concussive bolt tidal burst. Yeah, I'll do that instead of the tidal, tidal might. Stop there, Fatebinder. Not another step. You are not welcome in Lethian's Crossing. I suggest you go now, before this gets ugly.
Send me your champion!
Will do.
Come and face my iron! On your knees, boy!
Watch and learn. Whatever you need.
Negative, Fatebinder.
On it. On it.
I'd have it no other way. I've had far worse.
Harsh words would cause more harm than this useless weapon.
On it.
Okay. Or this is taking a bit.
Time to lighten my step. I am a shield wall unto myself.
Ooh. Eesh, only a 10% chance to actually work?
I'll do it for the North. Take me if you can.
Nuh-uh.
On your
Why did he get wounded? And how, for that matter?
I got it.
knees, worm.
On it. Will do.
Harsh words would cause more harm than this useless weapon. Still, got it.
Whew, that was needed.
Consider it done.
On your knees, worm.
Right.
I hit tab again.
On it.
Time to lighten my step.
Let's try not to stand out, shall we?
Interesting.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, clear his wounds out. Plus, it allows me to get the camping supplies from here.
I'll stay downwind of our enemies. I'll stay downwind of our enemies.
Nope, still the same.
On the lookout.
Can't do that.
Alright, need to take him out first.
Sorry, I can't.
I am out of practice, but I'll try.
Oh, nice.
On the lookout.
Iron breast? Wait, what? Oh, crap. I went here a little too quickly then. Well, may as well clear it out now. That is annoying.
Slow and steady. Send them at me in waves.
Right.
There we go.
Take that.
Negative, Faithfinder.
Harsh words can cause more harm than useless.
Not a problem. What?
I'll take care of it.
Whatever you need.
At once.
Right.
I need to try a different weapon.
There we go.
Whatever you need.
I missed!
Will do.
That is beneath me!
Anyone else want some of this? Not a problem. Oh, if I had an iron ring for every donut.
Time to change weapons.
This weapon is entirely worthless. Right.
I'm on it.
I will aid you.
Will do. On it.
Harsh words would cause more harm than this useless weapon.
Now, was that the entire garrison? I mean, it's freezing up a little bit here. Okay. That was the full garrison, and... okay, good. Oh! What is that? Okay, Ebb. Let's see... Call of Reckoning. You know what? Given that I'm going into the old wall where the Bane are... yeah, sure. I'll go with that. Alright. I think I'm gonna... let's see. Save now. Actually, I'll delete some... jeez. Okay, so I've got 3 autosaves and 3 regular. I can go with that. I'm gonna go to the main menu and I'll hit tab there and see whether it does the same issue where it kind of freezes up like it did. Okay, I will try continuing then and see whether I have the same issue with tab. because the funny thing is, I think the last time I really played this was a couple of years ago. And I don't recall that being an issue. Okay. It is not an issue now. So good to know that... Could you tell me anything about this seal? I found it in Vendrian's well. Show me what you have. Pardon me? Okay, broken hilt. Oh, actually, I'll... How do you... Yeah. Okay, Vendrian Guard, Heavy Bronze Greaves. Actually, load it high. Well, actually, let's see. Siren's Sanctuary. She's gonna be a little bemused, I think. If this even causes another glitch in the tab. Okay, it did not.
Time to lighten my step.
Siren?
Well, look who's here. And what brings you to Lethian's Crossing? Can't imagine it's the scenery or the quaint locals. Have you come to spoil my fun? Tunon probably insisted you find me, didn't he? Because we can't let Siren have any fun, can we? Let's control her. Let's tell her what she can and can't do. Let's use her to destroy nations. But enough of that talk. What do you think of my followers?
Very nice. As long as you don't let it get out of hand.
Oh, stop that, Fatebinder. It's not like I'm hurting anyone. Well, at least not yet.
Enough of this, Siren. I want you to join me. Someone with your power needs help directing it.
Why on earth would you want that? I can't imagine you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart. Oh, Tunon must have had a hand in this. Or Nerat. Maybe I'd rather stay here where people won't insist on ordering me around all the time. Although, you did activate one of the spires, so your power is something I could learn from, and you are right. I'm certainly not going to make any significant advances staying here with a bunch of nobodies worshipping me. Watching you in action could give me the edge I need to unlock a spire of my own. Fine. I will allow you the glorious gift of my presence in your party.
Come with me.
Well then, let's go. If you're gonna teach me the wonders of the world, it's not gonna happen here.
Nice! Okay, so...
I will return to our holdfast at once.
And level 7 at that. Nice. Discordant melody. Actually, what does she have for... Songbird's Bridle? Can be informed with the Spire Forge upgrade. Nice. Let's see. Iron Guard Gauntlets. Oh, I am tempted to wear those. Okay, okay, here we are. Endurance defense. Dodge, parry. Here we are, deflection. Okay, yeah, that's worth giving to her, I think. Songs, okay. Okay, she gets... Oh, okay, it automatically unlocks as she levels up. Fair enough. At least I'm kind of assuming, because I can't... Yep. 1 year of respite. There we go. Oh, good God. This is, ooh, this is gonna take a bit. Spectral blur, false pit. Oh, not yet. Actually, she doesn't have false pit, does she? Nope, right there. Or, no, she doesn't. There we go. Let's see. Unravel Minds, mirror image, which she can't use. Champion's Fortune, which is too high for her. Surge of Glory. Good one for her. Titan's Touch. Okay, so it just makes it more accurate, which isn't all that great for... Let's see, Touch of Atrophy. Brings that up to 40. Let's see, health, 2 meters. There we go. Crippling Coil. Just to give her something anyway. Restoring Touch. Vital Body, no one can actually use that yet. Healing Wisps, she cannot use. Concussive Bolt. 55, 40. 45, too much. Tidal Burst. And Haste, which I'm the only one that can use it, surprisingly. Okay. And I think before I continue on in here, I'll head back to the Spire, because or actually no, Ascension Hall, come to think of it. Because I completely forgot to actually do anything there. Plus, I know I have one of the upgrades available. And I can spend the gold or rings I just made. tell me anything about the seal? I found it in inventory as well. Relentless. Ooh, boy. Anything about the seal? Oh boy. Let's see, Frozen Grasp, Rhyme Spike, sorry about that, really needed to sneeze, Icicle Storm. Oh, can't quite do it. I think I'll do that instead of... Oh, good God. I'm not sure. Tidal Burst. Because that one actually does damage. Permafrost. Let's see. Shock and Crush armor reduced. Fair enough. Charged Fist. Electric Jolt. Fulmination. Grounding Core. Oh, okay, that's actually a really nice one. Yeah, it's literally just for 45 seconds. Sure, I'll go with that one. Yeah, heading back to the Spire before I talk to anyone. I have my hand well away from the keyboard because I don't know what's causing that to happen. I really don't. Ascension Hall itself. Okay, and every loading screen, apparently. Fatebinder, welcome back. Virtual? Fatebinder. Must we suffer these fools and play their game of disobedience? I'm using these southerners to serve our interests in... Well, I mean, it'd be... Patience, Barrack. All of this will serve us in the end. I am less certain that catering to the south can aid Ash or his mission to subjugate these lands, but I will follow your lead. Just see that you don't forget what's important. The disfavored have us outclassed, and the Scarlet Corps outnumbers by tens of thousands. We defied and conquered Kairos' forces, and the Archons did the division step of the plan for us. How does that serve what Kairos is trying to accomplish here? I'm uniting these disparate forces under one banner as Kairos predicted, as Kairos intended. Trust in me. Your trust in me as safety was before. Serve me well, and we will unite the tiers. I used to be governor of Lethian's Crossing. I left the disfavored in... You know the locals better than I. Who's nearby that might rally? What can you tell me about the Bronze Brotherhood? You really think the Forgebound would make iron for you? Defend the hull while I'm gone. And up to the spire. Oh, that felt good. Got a nice little couple cracks in the neck there. Yeah, I think, well, I think after I get back to Lethian's Crossing. Oh, nice. He already has a weapon for us. Two-handed, of course. There's Lantry.
Sorry, I can't.
One moment, my friend. Just let me finish this thought.
Questions for you.
Nothing if not a semi-reliable font of knowledge. What did you want to discuss? You mean what's left of them? What would you like to know?
That's, yeah, I'm gonna hold off on that, I think. Let's see. Investigate the spires. Let's see. I'm thinking... And Corpse Eye. I was tempted with Cesper, but eh.
At your service, Fatebinder. What do you need?
No, actually, let's talk.
What is it you need? Ask away. You know, I normally charge for this, but for you... Now, you know that's... Ask away.
Oh, dang it.
What is it you need? Ask
Questions
away.
for you? What do you make of Siren?
We've all heard
Or
legends
Siren?
of child archons, but Siren is the real thing. She's so very jaded for her age. But I'd be a sour ninny shitter too if I had a contraption stuck on my head limiting my greatness. I'll tell you this much. Her hatred of the voices of Narad is either genuine or a most fantastic act. But being a giant liar, I know another liar when I see one. And I'd wager this gripe is sincere. We should consider if I were you. Ask away.
Alright, Siren.
Fatebinder, it is good to see you. By this point, I've usually been passed off to someone else for more training. What do you need?
Do you know anything about what's going on in the tiers? How long have you been here? What do you think about Tunon? What do you mean? If you have to reach into someone's mind to control them, how did you influence entire armies to do what you want? What do you know about Scarlet Chorus? Then I am thrilled to turn your attempted successes into a constant failure. I'll try to talk to you more often. What was it like working with them? You weren't a member of the chorus? What do you think of them? What's your opinion on their methods? I want to know about Kairos. How did you come to work for him? Just a second. Oh, how I hate spam calls. Okay, I think we skipped a page here. How were you why were you punished? How do you know his defenses were down? Oh boy. You made him jump, didn't you? Oh. How were you punished? I... What was life like with Kairos? Kairos is a woman, apparently. How long did you work for Kairos? Wait. Then you're being his pet. You just referred... Wait a minute. You've called Kairos both him and her. Is Kairos a man or a woman? Oh, she's having fun with this. It doesn't seem like she'd let you perform actions in his name without speaking to you. Tell me, Siren. Oh, a lady has to keep some secrets, and this is going to be mine. It's not going to matter once you defeat him anyway. She'll be gone. Well done. Bit like the Pyro. Kairos and Is Kairos the Pyro from Team Fortress 2 then? What do you think of Kairos? What do you know about the disfavored? What do you think? Have you seen them in action? You've never worked with them? What do you think of Graven Ash? What about the other groups in the tiers? The Stonestalker tribe. Local rebel groups. Vendrian Guard. The Unbroken. Okay. Bronze Brotherhood. Ow. Forgebound. Well, they might be able to, but that'll require a bit of trust on your part.
Are we trading in gossip now, Fatebinder? Or are you collecting information to use against us?
How about both?
What do you want to know about?
Tell me about Barrick.
The walking ring pile? Let's hope you never have to go anywhere unnoticed. There's nothing particularly wrong with him, I suppose, but he doesn't seem overly bright. I mean, what kind of idiot do you have to be if you can't even take off your armor? Maybe he's pretty, but wrapped in that getup, who can tell?
What was that you said? I couldn't quite hear you.
It's okay, Barrick. I didn't say anything about anyone important.
Jeez.
I admit he can handle himself in a fight, but he could use a little more up here.
Tell me about Ebb.
She's got some power in there, that's for sure. And as long as I'm crippled, I will, begrudgingly mind you, admit she could probably win if we were pitted against each other.
Really?
Although I'm more than happy to give her a try. Are you game, Eb? Think you could take me out?
I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm confused. Are you offering me a duel or something a little more down and dirty?
You know what I meant.
Oh, don't worry, dear. You're far too young for me. I like someone with a little wear and tear on them, and not just up here.
Though I suppose I should watch myself around her. You never know how people will react to a challenge.
Cute.
I'm
Lantry.
jealous of him. I've heard so much about the Vellum Citadel, and he actually got to see it before all the unpleasantness. The sheer amount of power lost that day is only dwarfed by the amount of power required to cause the destruction, and the power to stop it. The sages have my respect. And, by extension, Lantry. Although, I'm not overly happy it was sage magic they used to bind my tongue when I was a child. I can hardly hold him responsible for that.
How kind of you, my lady. It's heartening to hear that someone of your immense station considers a lowly sage like me to be worthy of your attention.
Although not all sages are necessarily worthy of praise. Some are a little overly fond of excesses, of one kind or another.
First.
That bitch? I'd walk her off the spire if I knew I could get away with it. I don't know why you even waste your time with her. Oh, don't give me that look, Verse. I'm not gonna pretend to like someone I don't. At least you know where I stand. Subterfuge is so low class.
Trust me, you manipulative worm. The feeling is mutual. And I find it ironic that you find subterfuge low class, considering how you get inside people's minds and fuck them over. If I could get away with it, I'd put a blade inside that pretty little head of yours and twist until your mind was as scrambled as those you invade.
How vivid. She's rude, violent, base, impatient, and entirely pointless. You should keep much better company, Fatebinder. You asked me what I thought. I can't help it if the facts are painful to swallow. What do you need?
I would know more about you. Oh, okay. Homeland. Nothing in your past is worth dwelling on? Looks to me like you remember something. Oof. What do you remember about your family? How would you describe your father? You were taken from your family? What do you remember about your mother? Do you have any siblings? A living sibling? Ah. Aw. You didn't like traveling with your father? Oh. Oof. She accidentally induced a miscarriage. How long had your mother been pregnant? Ah. Tell me about your father's. Tell me about your mother's death. I'm sorry, Siren, but I need you to tell me what happened. I'm not even going to try reading this out loud because I wish that they did. Why did you do it if you knew it wasn't helping? Go on. Ah. They turned on you that quickly? Why the sudden change? Uh. How do you know it was your father? Go on. I wish I'd gone with the selfless woman one. Ah. Honestly, thank you for telling me, Siren. I know it wasn't easy for you. Well, I managed to hit level 2. Your father's death. For someone who always has a lot to say, that was incredibly succinct. Is there more? Oh boy. You got what he deserves, Siren. How long have you been practicing magic? Tell me more. Tell me about your time with the voices of Narat. How did you meet him? Oh, it. Why did Karos give you to Narat? Oh boy. Huh. Weren't you afraid of getting caught? Really? You were trying to save the world? Go on. Why can't you control them? Ah. What does Narat had you do? Wait a minute. What does Narat want from you that he's never going to get? Jeez. The headdress is the bane of my existence and something that's incredibly painful to talk about, so why not? What does it do? Yeesh. Why do you have it? Why can't you simply take it off? Gee, Fatebinder, I never thought of that. Here, could you unclasp it? If you can't take it off, then why did you try to get me to remove it when we met? Okay. What would it take to remove it? Oh, lovely. How do you know you'll die if you remove it? You believed in her. Why the head? Yeah, fair enough. Why the headdress? Why not use magic to gag you?
What do you need?
You have a way. What do you think of the state of the world? About edicts. I'd remove it if I could. You're an Archon. You must know something about edicts.
What do you need?
You have a way with words, Siren. Were you instructed on how to speak with others? Hmm. Class like that likely behooved your unique talents. If you can manipulate, imagine the power of your compulsion when you add your sigil to the suggestion. Oh boy. Sigil? Oh, nice! Enrage Mind. Causes an ally to fly into rage. Taunting Jest. Okay, I can get one more in there. Not that one. And Wave of Despair, Fatigued and Dazed. Oh, nice. I'm able to do that. Wait a minute. Let's see. Yep, 37.5. Oh. Huh. Not sure how I managed to pull that off. Well, nice chat with Sid or Siren there. And oh. Alright. I think that's it for the time being, so thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time.